Now, what's the point of this conversation? I'm sharing this with you because the more aware you are, the more we know about adversity and how to manage our responses, then the better access we have to a higher EQ. And we need that. All right. Okay. So there are three kinds of people, they say, when it comes to adversity quotient or to getting the adversity quotient score. We have the climbers, we have the campers, and we have the quitters. Okay, I'm starting off with the quitter. How do we define quitters as far as this conversation is concerned? Quitters are people who actually have retired years ago, but they just never bothered to tell anybody. Tapos na pala siya, retired na pala siya. At some point, quitters were overwhelmed by the challenge and the ascent that was given to him or her, and she gave up on her higher pursuits. That's a quitter. A camper naman is someone who retired, who are actually retired climbers. The campers are the retired climbers. They got the job done sufficiently, but they couldn't simply strive harder or sacrifice as much as they once did. They have lost the edge. Yung ayaw na nila. Their operating system have bugged down and they have reached a certain limit beyond a place that they are able to go. They perform the basic functions, but they do not demonstrate the same speed and capacity as they once had already. And climbers are the dedicated lifelong, they're dedicated to a lifelong ascent. Their operating systems drive an inner relentlessness that immunizes them from one adversities to another. All right. And the good thing is, climbers are those people who make things happen. They're tenacious and they refuse to accept defeat for long. They step from every fear that paralyzes so many others because their operating system is good, it's up and working, and they simply learn from every challenge, they adapt, they grow, and they move on to their next mountain. So, ganun po yun. Now, normally, sa AQ score natin, nakikita natin doon kung sino yung mga climbers, sino yung climbers, at saka yung sino yung mga campers, basically. They're categorized along this, depends on the score. So, if you belong to the quitter, the goal there is to go up to being a climber because it can be done. All right. So, what does the CORE stand for? Ano ba tong mga letters na to, no? C stands for control, O stands for ownership, and R stands for reach, and E for what we call endurance. All right. So what's control? Ano ba tong control na to according to Paul Stoltz? Control has two facets. All right. First, is the first facet is to what extent are you able to positively influence your situation? You've seen that in the assessment. Second is, to what extent can you control your own response to the situation? The response. Second is what we call, there's a person that I really like who has a very good control, and his name is Thomas Edison. I don't know if you've heard about this, but just a short story. Thomas Edison's work was outstanding because he was able to build a laboratory twice as big as a stadium. But what happened was, nasunog po yun. And nung nasunog yun, alright, instead na makita nila yung isang naglulupasay na Thomas Edison sa gilid habang nasusunog yung kanyang laboratory, they saw him with a grin, may smile pa siya sa sarili, sa mukha niya. At nung tinanong kung anong nararamdaman niya, he answered this way. Sabi niya, call your mother, this will be the biggest fire she will ever see. Right? So nakapag-joke pa siya at that kind of circumstance. Mataas ang kanyang control. No wonder he was able to make this experiment and work for us. Number two, or the next letter is letter O, or ownership. Ownership naman defines our accountability. So it assesses the extent which we take upon ourselves to improve the situation. Nelson Mandela is one big example. All right? And reach. Reach naman is gaano mo hahayaang mag-travel yung problema. Problems are highly private matter as far as your adversity quotient is concerned. So explores how you let your adversity go into other areas of your life. Yun yung reach. Nadadamay pa yung iba, damay-damay pa pag may problema o kaya may mga bagay-bagay na hindi maganda nangyayari sa atin. And the last one is endurance. And by endurance, we say, it is the never say die attitude. Ito yung you refuse to submit to failure and you have a relentless optimism. Okay. So how do we, for the last 2 minutes, how do we strengthen our core, right? I was able to craft 10 ways on how we can strengthen our core. Number one, let us all become detectives. And what do I mean? When we're going through something else or a situation, we have to make sure na we have to point the cause. Ano ba kasi ang cause? So we understand the effect. We have to be a lawyer. We have to prove our case only with real evidence. We have to be a judge. We issue judgment only based on facts. Let us be pioneers also. And by pioneers, I mean we lead ownership in difficult situations. We become firefighters. We contain the blaze and host down our emotions. We become an opportunist. We just pick up the good ones. A surgeon. We prevent the bleeding and surgically dump the damage. Wag tayong, siga ng siga sa mga problema natin. Let's become visionary. We see beyond today. Let us all become accountants. We create a balance sheet. We become a catalyst. And this is my favorite part. You take even the smallest clue of success to start all over again. My story here, as I always close, is a story of a king with a diamond problem. The king wanted to give his queen a diamond, but there is a cut in the middle. All right, so making the diamond not really pricey, not really expensive. It cheapens the diamond. So the king wanted to fix that problem by calling the best magician. Tawag siya ng mga abracadabra, but nothing happened. The cut was still there. It wasn't erased. Until an artist appeared and sabi niya sa king, come on, let me work on it. Give me 1 week. The artist came back, gave back the wrapped diamond to the king, give it back to the king. Nung bubuksan na po ng king, nakita niya the cut was still there. So nagalit yung king, wanted to throw the diamond away and forget all about it. But the artist warned him. Sabi niya, oops, hindi pa po tapos. Please look closer. So the king gave in, looked at the diamond close enough, and he saw a beautiful rose etched around the cut, making the cut as the stem. You know what? Everybody has cuts. Lahat tayo, we have cuts. But if our adversity quotient is there in place, that can be made as a beautiful rose around our cut. And we can be a gift to other people when that happens. Thank you so much.